Hey everyone, it's Ryzen,
And Liz.
and that was a disastrous game. So they lose 20-13 to the Raiders in a very problematic game because they look really bad, and yeah, they were not competitive, and not being competitive against the Raiders, who I mean they're not a terrible team or anything. They're okay. They're good, average to good range. If you're not competitive there,
They got problems.
that means they're a 4-win team again. That's what that means. Um, Receiving core might be worse than last year, so that's good. And yeah,
The line was good until
the
fourth
the
quarter.
line was okay. I mean, the line had a really good first half. Uh, they
Until the
had the
fourth until the fourth quarter.
less good second half, honestly, but still, you they had some clean pockets. I don't understand this. They made this weird adjustment in the second half where they just started running designed check down running back throws as their running game. I don't understand it at all. They were torching the Raiders downfield deep with Boutte, and they just completely went away from it. And there were times they had pockets to work with. I mean, really, like Campbell was fine in pass blocking. He just made pretty much the worst time to false start ever,
Yeah.
and he lost a bull rush. He had one miscommunication with Wilson, um,
That was
and then I
really
think he
it.
lost one other rep. But I mean, you
First,
got serviceable out of your left tackle play today,
yeah, for his first NFL start,
which is fine.
he wasn't
Believe me,
he wasn't amazing, but he wasn't
it's
terrible.
way better than what you were getting out of like Jamatra Jacobs.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Moses actually had a worse game in pass block than Campbell did. Wilson was solid in pass block. Bradbury gave up the pressure that led to the interception. A Winwoo, I think, was
Was
just solid all
fine.
around.
Yeah.
Um, couldn't run block at all. Stevenson can't run through any contact. Apparently, he's terrible. I don't know why they continued to feed him the ball. Gibson they gave one carry to, which is just inexcusable with how bad Stevenson was running. The only guy that actually played well in the run game was Henderson. He only gave him 5 carries, I guess. He had 27 yards, 5.4 average. I think he caught a whole bunch of passes, but no, I mean the kick game was not that good. The punting was bad. Kicker missed a field goal kick, but whatever. It's a rookie kicker. We
It's gonna
can't. We
happen.
cannot make this mistake that we did with Chad Ryland. They cannot. We won't get next year. Oh, let's have a kicking contest and kick out our rookie kicker. No, you can't do that because Chad Ryland's now a good kicker. So
Yeah, if he had made that field goal, the end would it still would have we still
we
would have
still would have lost
lost. We
anyway,
still would have lost. It wouldn't have mattered.
almost certainly. Um, can't cover tight end still. Brock Bowers was
Torched them.
torched them. And I thought there would be one guy that they would take away. I thought it would be him, and they didn't do it. Didn't do anything. They couldn't do
They
anything.
didn't take Jacoby away either.
Yeah, but you're. I'm not. I was expecting Jacoby to get catches because you should be focusing on Bowers. You should of all the people to beat you, it should not have been Brock Bowers, and they let it be Brock Bowers, which is just crazy. Like as a defensive coordinator, you should know
Oh, Diggs
that
had six.
that's
Diggs had 6 catches for 57
that's the
yards.
one guy you can't give up all that yardage to. You should be doubling him, should be more aggressive at the line.
They weren't
You
at
should have
all.
had Carlton Davison, shadow him the whole game, and they just didn't. I don't get it. Um, Positives, Boutte is a good receiver. Unfortunately, I think he's the only good receiver on the team. Um, Obviously Diggs can be good, but he's coming off an ACL tear. Keep your expectations low.
For now.
Uh, Douglas
Disappeared
caught
again.
a touchdown and then did nothing. I
Disappeared.
mean, I'm
He does what he did last year. Has one or two good
inconsistent.
catches and then disappears for the rest
Had
of
a
the
had a
game.
had a really bad, inexcusable drop. Frankly,
Yes.
um, not a good game for Douglas despite the touchdown. And if he's really your supposed best receiver, well, he needs to act like it. I mean, shouldn't be getting outdone 5-1 by Keishon Boutte.
Yeah, he really shouldn't.
Um, Mac Hollins was non-existent. Supposed to be your number 4 receiver. Supposed to be your tall, jump ball receiver. by the way, dropped a jump ball. I know they flagged it on PI, but it was a lucky PI call. He just didn't make the catch, and he's supposed to be your contested catch guy.
Yeah, he caught
That's
one pass.
not a good sign.
No.
Not a good sign. Hunter Henry had a good game. He got some good passes. Did not drag the feet on one of them, but whatever. He had an overall good game, I'd say. But really, outside of, the line was better than expected, which is good. And, if you told me the line was going to play, average, I would have thought, okay, they got a good chance to win the game. They weren't even competitive. That's not a good sign.
No. So the line's better, but the offense overall is
still just as bad.
Yeah, they really have.
They have no receivers.
I don't know. Maybe it will take time. I don't know.
I don't know. You ain't got any times. Week 1.
I don't know. Maybe it'll take a couple weeks, like they used to be in the.
I mean, Chisholm's inactive. I'm not sure.
But you remember in the old days when they were shit for 4 weeks and then they would turn the fire on. Maybe it will take a couple.
I mean,
weeks
I'd like to see them design some plays with Chisholm to see if you got anything, because you need some juice on this receiving core.
Yeah. Now I don't know if it's going to matter or not, because next week is the House of Horrors. They have to go play in Miami. However, the Dolphins were abysmal today.
Yeah, they look like an awful
They were
team.
abysmal.
They were worse than the Patriots.
They scored 8 points.
They were terrible.
They were abysmal compared to us. They gave up like 30 points on defense.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they scored. Really, I mean, I know the final score is 20-13. Really, it's 20-10. They kicked the last second field goal to try to do an onside kick, which, whatever. The onside kick actually might have worked if Genty wasn't smart. Unfortunately, he was smart and knocked it out of bounds. Yeah. But I mean, you're not going to win anyway. Like, even if you recover that onside kick, you have like 15 seconds left. Who cares? Yeah. Yeah, there's just not much to take away positively. Drake Maye was awful in the second half. He was, average in the first half. But number one, we're not. You're the number 3 pick a year ago. I'm sorry, you're not picked to be average in a half of the game, and you're not picked to be terrible in the second half. So, right. You're supposed to be a good quarterback and supposed to be a great quarterback, and he was terrible. He was missing high. Once again, comes out with the yips again every game, and he never seemed to. He had like a brief stretch in the first half where he calmed down, and they had the touchdown drive. Right. And the second half, he just acted like he was amped up all game. Yeah. Just constantly overthrowing high, and I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Like, you got to calm down. Like, they got to get his nerves in check, because it's just, he's not going to be a successful quarterback if that keeps up.
Yeah. It's very true.
So, most guys aren't going to become Brett Favre, who could somehow get away with that. Most guys can't. They play Miami next week.
Miami was atrocious today.
You don't win that game. I don't know. I mean, you got to at least look more competitive than this. Yeah. You better score more than 13 points against Miami.
Yeah.
Like, they just gave up, like, what?
Almost 400 yards to the Raiders?
Yeah. Well, we gave up, Geno Smith threw
almost 400 yards.
Almost 400 yards again.
Yeah.
Just crazy. Not that Geno's a bad quarterback. He's not. He's a solid quarterback. He actually is a guy that throws like a ton of yards. He just has a lot of interceptions, which is not good. Yeah. But he's a solid quarterback. He's not the meme anymore, which he was a meme on the Jets. But the Jets do that to every quarterback. Let's be blunt about it.
Yeah, they lost today, even though they put up 32 points.
I mean, how did Miami even do?
Terrible. Tua threw 2 interceptions.
I know he was god awful.
He fumbled. I know that. They lost
I think
it was 8-30 something.
Yeah, Miami's defense was bad. So I mean,
they let a lot of guys go too.
And I think it was DeVito. I think it was DeVito, not DeVito. It was Daniel Jones, right?
Yeah, he went to the Colts.
So if Daniel Jones can score 33 points at frickin' Miami, you better score more than 13 next week.
Yeah.
Or this is a massive problem, and maybe you should have just paid Chris Godwin double the amount you offered. Maybe you should have just made him the highest paid receiver in the NFL, because you look like you have nothing.
Right.
Seriously, you look like you have nothing. You look like you have Keyshawn Boutte and Hunter Henry, and that's it. Douglas doesn't look like he belongs on an NFL field today, which is not good. He couldn't get open at all. You have, look, they need to find a way to get Chisholm active to see if you have it.
Yeah.
You have to find out next week.
Maybe they will next week.
And frankly, you probably got to find a way to put Kyle Williams in more snaps because
He did catch one pass
you
at the
call one
very end of the
pass,
game.
but you got to see what you have
Yeah.
because this is not sustainable with this receiving core.
No.
So,
No.
you know, it's gonna take Diggs time to recover.
He did catch 5 or 6 passes.
Yes, he
though,
had some
to a
good.
point.
He was what you expect out of a guy that is a little better
Coming
than what
off
you
an
expect
injury.
out of
Yeah.
coming off of an ACL tear, but he's not a number one receiver right now. So you got to see if you have anything out of your rookies.
Yeah.
And the pass rush, by the way, was really bad. They couldn't get pass pressure outside of blitzing and stunts and stuff, so that's not good. Harold Landry had a good game, but mostly off of scheme stuff. And Hawken had a pretty good game. Carlson Davidson had just a boneheaded move at the end of the game, just fighting on a scramble for some reason on a 3rd and 30 or whatever. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just boneheaded, but whatever. The defense played well enough to win the game. Okay, the offense is still the problem, which is right. All right. I think we'll end it here. There's not much positive to take away outside of Boutte. Line, at least you got average play, I guess.
Which is an improvement
Which is an
over last
improvement.
year.
And then,
we have to remember
parts
that.
of the defense were pretty good, and that's about it. I mean, just not good enough. All right, we'll be back for the Dolphins game preview next week. It's Ryzen.
And Liz.
Thanks for watching. Take care, and no injuries, thankfully, as far as I know.